Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will be for Saturday, May 8th, 2021. But as always, I'm looking for a message to help heal our souls and come back home to who we truly are so our clear spiritual essence can shine through and guide us every day. Oh goodness, I've got quite a glare going on here. Maybe if I move them down. Yeah. Well, actually, chopstick. Let's try that. Yeah, that helps. Okay, cool. And since they come in pairs, I actually have another one too. Yay! Well, a little bit further down, I guess. I have rolling technical difficulties with my chopstick. Crazy. Darn it. A little bit further down. No, I give up. I'm gonna just talk you through it. Okay, so justice is in the middle. I love that. So justice is all about the law of cause and effect, the law of karma. Or it can be one of those cards of like life lessons and balancing out. The way I see it on a spiritual level the most is balancing out the soul substance so that we don't have, and look at beautifully, the Two of Pentacles showed up to help me with the message. So we balance out our soul substance as we mature, and as we do that, we don't have as many highs and lows, ups and downs, moving through our physical time and space. And then with the Queen of Cups coming through reversed, well, in this situation with my viewers, with you guys, my community, I feel like it has to do with knowing that the more you go deeply inside of, your emotional reaction. So any demands you might have on the world and other people, relationships, of course, life itself, because, we've got the ocean of life here with the Queen of Cups. You can see that she's sitting at the ocean. Or it can be a lake, whatever you want to call it. But notice the children here. There's children up here. It's a very Cancerian, Scorpio, Pisces card, any water signs. And she's the only, in the Rider-Waite deck, she's the only, person who has this huge vessel. It's more than just a cup. It's like a huge, I don't know what you might want to call it, like an urn or a chalice, something very, regal. And it's the only one that has a lid on top of it. And it looks like it has big handles, So it always reminds me of, when it's straight up, is that what she does is she's devoted to everything that is sacred in life, taking care of children, devotion to how people feel, devoted to her own feelings especially. And that's how you get to that place where the pure feelings flow, through you, is to heal the emotional reactions, because that's kind of the realm that we're in when she comes in reversed. And the emotional reactions are based on life experiences from our past, and they come out in the forms of like withdrawal or aggression or submission. Sometimes the withdrawal is to protect ourselves from being rejected. Other times it'll be to stay safe. Because if you grew up in a childhood in a home where there wasn't safety, you're definitely going to withdraw in order to protect yourself. We're talking survival, instincts. And if we've had a mother who went off the, just kind of just kind of went off the hinges and went kind of crazy once in a while and screamed at everyone, or who was gloomy and emotionally unavailable to us. What can happen is that we magnetize that energy and life force into our soul substance, and we do that because as little ones we have to survive, and the only way we can survive is to merge with our caretakers. This is how so many people become very sensitive and psychic, is that they it was a survival mechanism growing up, in that they needed to keep track of their abusers. That's on the one extreme end. On another end, this can just be where we're insecure because we had a very needy and immature mother growing up, and we didn't have anyone to mirror us in who we truly are. We didn't have anybody to see the beauty of who we truly are. And so as adults, we're learning to not submit to people who are insensitive and needy and clingy, and we're learning to balance out with the Two of Pentacles, to make better choices and to balance out whatever it is that whatever demands we've had on the past, based in either safety, because now we're safe, we're grown adults, and we're no longer in survival issues. So we can literally, every day, to me this, all the pentacles are kind of like, all the cards actually are daily life. But the Justice card is a major, major gateway. And it has to do with getting our life lessons, and it has to do with clarity and truth. So if we're always looking for the truth as to our emotional reactions that could be holding us back from our, deep emotional intelligence, then if we're always going for the truth, then we're going to continue daily to just balance these, these factors out, and we will eventually clear things out. We'll just clear it all out, and we'll come back to this truth of who we truly are, which is a very, a being who wants equality. This card is ruled by Libra. We can become the bridge to the truth with this card, and also to know that life will always mirror back to you through your experiences with your relationships and with your body, moving through time and space. Life will always mirror back to you the sum total of all your beliefs, whether we're conscious of them or not. So now life is never 100% perfect on Earth. It's just not the way it is. We're living in duality. We're unitive beings living in duality. So please don't, take this the wrong way and think that you're doing anything wrong if life isn't perfect, because life cannot be perfect. And don't take it personally. But if you can make changes, if you do notice unconscious patterns, like where do you go into submission when somebody has a demand on you? Or where do you, where are you afraid to stand up for yourself when someone has a demand on you? Or where do you demand from others that they be a certain specific way in any moment, any given time? And maybe where could we be like passive aggressive, like giving to get, or demanding to get something? I'd much rather people be overt with me, then at least I know what's going on. But when they're covert, it's tricky, but we still feel it, we still sense it. And then we have to balance it out and figure out, well, what do we do with it, with this Two of Pentacles here. And then eventually, at some point, we get things going the right direction, because we're no longer in aggression or submission, passive aggression or submission or withdrawal, because we don't need to be anymore. We can just see things with the Justice card. We can just see things the way we have the clarity. We can see clearly. We can see things the way they are, and we can just, allow people to be the way they are, and we can love them anyway. It doesn't make any difference. We all have good and bad moments and days, and that doesn't mean that they're not, perfectly lovable. It's just that, we have those times. We have those times. So I think the summary and the lesson here is that just to know that as we're moving through life, we are always balancing out. We're learning to balance out our soul substance, and we're learning to be much more sensitive to ourselves and warm and nurturing. There's loyalty to the Justice card, and there's devotion to this Queen of Cups when she's in the upright position. So I would say the main message here is that daily balancing out, daily with this Two of Pentacles, daily adaptation, I guess is the right word, like adapting to just the way life is, to the ups and downs. Will help to balance out your soul substance. And as you do that, you get more and more clear. The payoff is when you're not coming from emotional reaction anymore, when you go into, you definitely want to feel the emotional reaction. You don't want to shove anything down because you're not going to heal it that way. You have to go through it in order to clear it. So basically, imagine when the emotional reactions come, just imagine, ask yourself, what is it that you want? What are you trying to get from someone else or from life that you don't have yet? And go into the pain of not having it. And that will help clear it out. If there's anger, go into the anger because it's available life force. Now, don't hurt yourself and don't hurt anyone else, of course. Those are the only two, rules I always have. But feel it. Don't be afraid of feeling your feelings. Don't be afraid of feeling emotional pain or physical pain. Just allow yourself, just go inside of it. And ask it, what's the lesson here? What is this pain about? I can't tell you how many times I've had major headaches and go inside and because when I get a migraine, I can't even see straight. I just go, I have to go in the fetal position, close my eyes, everything has to be dark. And I go inside and I ask, what is it? And I cannot tell you how many times, and I'm not a person that usually has visual guidance, but I can tell you how many times I got an image of something that I had eaten or a supplement that I had taken. And I've learned the hard way that I'm completely allergic to any type of yeast additives or vitamins that were grown in yeast or, supplements that are grown in yeast, and they do that. I learned I couldn't use brewer's yeast as a, something you sprinkle on things because it has a cheesy flavor because I don't do dairy either. But once in a while I do, but not hardly ever. But anyway, long story short, I've learned to trust my body to tell me why isn't it functioning right, or why is it hurting, or what's going on, and it's told me every time. But you have to go there. You have to go inside, close your eyes, believe that you will get the message eventually, even if you don't get it right then. And meanwhile, you're going inside with the intention to heal. So that, to me, is what it's all about. Because we have, literally here, we have the air sign of Libra, which is all about our relationship moving through life. And like I said, balancing out the soul substance. And then we also have the Pentacles, which is our physical body. And then we have the Queen of Cups, whether she's upright or reversed, we're dealing with our emotional body. So we could say that we have our mind and our emotional spiritual body and our physical body with all three of these cards here. You can't get any more perfect than that. So yeah, so when you're in doubt and you're needing to heal anything, go inside and balance it out that way, and then keep moving through life. Take the day off, take the afternoon or the morning or the whole day, or take a week off. Who cares? As long as you can get inside the truth of whatever it is, that's why we're here. That's why we're here on the planet, is to heal ourselves. So, okay, well, that's all I have for today. Hope I didn't come off too preachy or too, you know, I don't know. With you guys, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir half the time, but I just have to tell you what I see in the cards. So, okay, I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back soon. Okay, bye.